All right, today we have the Partridge and Orange. Super simple fly, quick to tie, few simple materials, and a super effective fly in itself. This is a great fly to use some of that extra long hackle maybe you have that doesn't work on other flies, because this fly lends to having long hackle towards the front as a soft hackle fly itself. So you're gonna start towards the front part of this hook, leaving a little bit of space behind the eye and winding down using orange itself, the partridge and orange part of the fly. And you're gonna wind all the way back and then all the way back front, adding a base of thread to this particular hook and giving it the distinctive orange color, building it up while you go back towards the eye, leaving the thread right back to where you started. You're gonna grab some dubbing. This is called Widow's Web. It's a light brown color, and I wet the thread with a little bit of saliva, and then you're gonna wind your dubbing on as tight as you can, knowing that the thread itself will also help hold it on there as you wind this particular dubbing. Keeping a nice steady motion on there to keep it attached to the thread. I use my rotary vise. You can also just use the thread itself to wind it on. Once you're happy with it, give a few more attaching loops towards the front. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like these videos. Let me know down below maybe some tricks you've learned while tying this fly, and maybe some flies that you're tying in this season. You're gonna grab your hackle and split it towards the top to give it a little bit of a tail to attach to, and you're gonna leave the bottom part of it hanging free at the other side of this to attach this at the very end when you're done with the thread. So trim off this part that you don't need after you've attached it. Maybe you'll do a little better at trimming than I did. I had to go back for 2 passes just to get all the rest of these pieces trimmed off before I started winding this particular hackle. Grab some hackle pliers or just your fingers, and you can begin to wind this around, either using your rotary vise or just the hackle pliers itself to give it the wrap that it needs. Trying to keep the wrap moving from back to front to keep these fibers slope back towards the back part of this particular fly. Once you're happy with the wrap, you can take your third hand and wrap a few loops to hold this down right behind the eye. Once you're happy with how it's been attached with enough tension on it, you can let go of it with your fingers or the hackle pliers, and then trim off this extra piece that you don't need, and a few more loops to really hold it on there. Trim that off, and then as you put some tension loops, again holding this hackle on, you'll pull the hackle back and put some loops just towards the front part of that hackle to give it some tension to keep it facing backwards, so that it flows with this fly to give that distinctive look. Once you're happy with it, a few whip finish pieces and trimming that off, and there you have the Partridge and Orange. Hope you enjoyed this one. Happy tying, and I'll see you on the next one.